Hey, so tribe, welcome to Peace in a Pod. I am Loretta. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I wanted to share something that happened to me a couple weeks ago, and it was like a strange to me. It was strange because I hadn't felt it in a long time, and when it happened, it just kind of like I don't know, kind of caught me off guard. So I If you're a returning listener, you know that I have a cat. His name is Bello. And every now and then you'll hear him in the background in some of the episodes. But one day I was getting ready to well, let me just say this. He has an automatic cleaning litter box. And one day I woke up one morning and it was like beeping and going off and doing all kinds of crazy sounds. So I go check it out and try to reset it and troubleshoot it. As I'm trying to like figure it out, I'm trying like some techniques that I tried before that worked. I'm like opening drawers and lifting flaps and, doing all of the things. And nothing was like getting this thing to reset. I even like unplugged it for 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, for like 10 seconds, and then plugged it back in, thinking, one of these are going to get it back on track. And then all of a sudden, I got like this weird feeling of, I, I I guess it was like frustration. I don't know. But I started feeling strange. So I stopped what I was doing. I put, the drawers and the covers and all of that stuff back on, and I just unplugged it. And I left it. I stopped. I took a pause. I stepped back and I just left it. And I have a manual litter box that I do use whenever we travel, just in case the automatic one goes offline or something like that. But anyways, I pulled out the manual one and set all of that up, and I just left the automatic one and went on about the rest of my morning and didn't think about it. And the next day, literally the next day, I plug in the litter box, plug the power cord back in, and all of a sudden, it just resets. It just goes back to like its regular mode. It did the cleaning process and was like ready. And I was just like, what? I did everything up under the sun the day prior trying to get that thing back on track, and nothing was working. And in the moment, I felt like a hint of frustration, which felt very strange to me because I haven't really had like moments of like really feeling annoyed or frustrated. Like I might say that I'm annoyed about something, but I'm not really annoyed. And I don't really get frustrated about things because when things happen in life, I don't view them as like they're happening to me. So I don't take things personal and I don't put any emotions behind things when they happen. I just take it as, a sign. I'm the type of person that I see a lot of things as signs in life. So I view things very differently than I used to a few years ago. So for me, when I start feeling that little hint of frustration, it felt strange in my body. So I stopped because I didn't like that feeling. And I went back to like my calm, cool, collected self. And literally the next day when I plugged that thing in, it just like nothing was wrong with it. And I I was surprised. And I don't know if that was some kind of test that, that was being thrown at me to see if I would react. But the point is, sometimes when we are faced with things in life, we need to take a pause Step back from it because people can be quick to react to things rather than respond to things and situations and people. When you react, you have all these emotions and energy that you're putting into whatever someone said to you in your reaction, and you're draining yourself. You're giving away your power, and you're draining your energy by reacting. So for me, in order to consume my energy and place that energy where I need it the most, I no longer react. I don't react to situations. I don't react to people. No one will be able to get a rise out of me because I refuse to give away my power and my energy. I move away from the emotional, away from angry responses, and instead I choose calm, calculated actions that honor my self worth. The pressure that someone may feel from tough situations, it's there to help develop you, to help you grow and evolve as a person. Responding to life instead of reacting to it is the key to contain your energy and your power. I mean, think about it. When we're reacting to people and situations, we are giving away our energy and our power. The longer you're in that reactive state, the longer and more energy and power you are giving away. I mean, think about it. If someone cut you off in traffic, you're on your way to work or home from work, wherever, and someone cut you off in traffic, and your first response is to lay on the horn and yell and curse and, maybe do some hand gestures, whatever. But if your first response is to get angry and react that way, that person, for one, you don't know what they're doing in their car. They may have not even seen you. It could have been a blind spot. They may not even care. But the fact that you're reacting, they're going on about their day. They're ahead of you, probably not even thinking twice, not even looking in the rearview mirror of what they just did. And they're still, you know, happy go lucky, even though they just cut you off, not a care in the world. They're going on about their day, not phased. You, on the other hand, now have picked up this energy of anger and frustration that you're on your way to work with now. So now your energy has shifted, and you have went from having a, you know what, today's gonna be a good day, to now you're like, I would like to see someone cut him off or cut her off for doing that to me. You're like seeking revenge, or, wanting something to go in your favor towards them in order for you to feel good. So it's like you get in that reactive state, and your energy shifts. You feel drained, you feel frustrated, angry. You're very emotion driven at that point. And that person has literally went on about their way, went on their way, not even worried about you. So don't allow people to get a reaction out of you. Even when people are trying to argue. Some people, they want to argue. They want to get in you know, a situation where they're going back and forth. They thrive on that type of, taking people's energy and getting a reaction out of people. Some people enjoy that. And there are people who will challenge you and say things and try to get a reaction out of you. And you have to take a pause, remove yourself for a second Take those emotions out of it. Pause. I changed the way that I speak because I do a lot of thinking before I do a lot of speaking. And my brain is actively working whenever obviously when I'm having a conversation, but I don't just speak to speak. I don't speak just because I like the sound of my voice or I want people to hear me. When I speak, I have something to say that actually needs to be said. And I'm no longer in a place where I feel like I need to defend myself, explain myself, justify, why I did something or didn't do something. I don't have time for that. If you don't get it, you don't get it. If you don't, understand where I'm coming from, then, maybe the conversation is not for you. So I'm not going to take all my time and energy going into deep details, trying to explain something. Now, if there's someone who genuinely doesn't understand what I'm saying, then I will explain that. But if there's someone trying to challenge me to try to stump me or see, you know, if I really know what I'm talking about, those types of individuals are just digging for dirt. I'm not going to give them the time of day of an explanation, a justification. I don't have to and I don't need to. And I just save my energy for the people that my energy is meant for. Those energy vampires, not going to get me. Got me in the past, not going to happen again. So all I'm saying is, are you reacting or responding when you're in situations? Because if you're reacting, know that you are giving away quite a bit of your energy and your power to those situations. And you're going to be feeling real drained and exhausted by the end of the day. So if you want to contain your energy and power and save those for where you actually need to put them, try a different approach and be responsive rather than reactive. And once again, Soul Tribe, I really do appreciate all of you for tuning in today. And I also would like to thank everyone that has purchased some merchandise from the Shopify store. If you could please leave some feedback on any products that you have. And also, if you've purchased my book or my journals, if you would tag me on one of my social medias. You'll find those handles somewhere in the description. But if you could tag me, I would like to personally thank you for your purchases. And once again, I really do appreciate you all. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support for me and the channel. And I hope that you are able to gather some kind of peace and understanding um, in this crazy thing called life. And I really do appreciate you all. Thank you again for tuning in to Peace in a Pod. I'm Loretta, and I will catch you next time. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Peace in a Pod. Please do comment, like, follow, share, rate, subscribe, all of those things. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.